This set is a tiny dude riding a giant dark red dinosaur. What's not to love? In this video, let's discuss this absolute banger of a set, and also give you some ideas for how you could revamp it, and use the pieces that come in this set in your own future builds. Let's go. Now you see 2009 Bionicle sets. As fantastic as they were, I was skeptical going into this year of Bionicle back in 2009. You see, as a kid, I was reading the Bionicle comics when they were coming out, and it showcased the moment we'd all been waiting for. Matanui's return, it finally happened. The Toa won, and all was good. Lol, joke's not true at all. Turns out Makuta took over Matanui's robot body, trapped him inside the Mask of Life, and shot him out into space. Makuta had won. The bad guy had won. Then LEGO teased the next chapter of the Bionicle story, which seemed totally different from everything else, not connected to the story in any way. And little Ben was upset. What do you mean Makuta, the big bad evil guy, defeated the hero Matanui? No, you can't do that. Now obviously a bit later I realized, hey, this new era and this new world, it will bring back Matanui and continue the mainline story, but there was a moment where I was like, I don't know about this. Why are they abandoning the thing I loved while they've left all my heroes and friends in darkness? So, moving into the magical new desert world of Barra Magna with the Agori instead of the Matoran, the Glotorian instead of the Toa. Then you had all these new tribes and new characters. I came in arms folded and skeptical. LEGO, you better prove to me why these new Bionicle toys are worth getting, because you left the old ones behind. And you let the big bad guy win. So as I was perusing through all the new sets, I came across Firo and Skirmix. And it was a little dude riding on the back of a giant dark red dinosaur. And suddenly, yeah, I could get used to these sets. Then I did a deep dive into the lore, and I learned that Firo was a bone hunter. Bone hunter are nomads who roamed the desert and raided trade caravans in pursuit of food, weapons, and other items. And then I learned about the different tribes on the planet of Barra Magna. And yep, Bionicle did it again. It hooked me, and it hooked me hard. And it's all thanks to sets like this that explored fun new concepts and frickin' amazing, insanely cool ideas, like a dude riding a giant dinosaur. And it made me think, if this new desert world of Barra Magna has incredible creatures and characters like this, well, there's all sorts of crazy fun possibilities that could come out of this. This new subsection of Bionicle, it's alright. A set like this made me fall in love with that world all over again. And let's look at the set itself. We'll start off with Firo. Despite his simple design, Firo's fun. His frame is basically the same as some of the other Agori that came out this year, but there's something so sinister and cool about this all-black color scheme. And I do like his cool Skrull blade weapon, not in red like we saw on the Skrull before, but in lime, much like we saw on the set Tuma. Putting that blade in this set was a nice inclusion. But the real star of the show is Skirmix. The design is wonderfully poseable, and really fun to play with. And the fact that they made it dark red, it's such a striking and cool color scheme. Now the headpiece is the same one that we got in the Cardus Dragon set, and of course, by proxy, it's the same one that we see in Fenrak in the set Vizon and Fenrak. Personally, I think I prefer the jaw design that we see on Fenrak. The posability of the jaw, the size of the teeth, I think it just fits better with the scale of this headpiece. And yeah, the jaw design here, it feels a bit too small. But that doesn't mean that this head design is bad. No. The new color scheme, the almost feather-like spike sticking out of the top of the head, and this different jaw design. These changes, they help set this apart from the Cardus Dragon. It's great to see both sets playing with, similar pieces and a roughly similar shape, but both feel totally different from one another. It's refreshing, but it's also familiar. It just works. I think it's stuff like this that made me like this just as much when I was at first skeptical. And there are other areas of Skirmix that feel a little unfinished. Areas like the legs here, potentially you could have put some armor on top of this dark red Technic beam. But at the same time, these exposed areas here, they make Skirmix look more lean and agile. Potentially bulky armor here would just, slow the creature down from a story perspective. But instead, this, lightweight design here, it makes the creature faster. Or hey, maybe there was armor here at one point, but the harsher climate of the desert planet of Barra Magna, it caused the armor to fall off, or maybe it got damaged in a heated battle, and it left behind this more like slimmed down, unarmored aesthetic. See, I think that's cool. Areas like this that I thought, it looks a little unfinished. There's good story justification and good design justification for why it's like that. So visually I might be a little uncertain about it, but the more I think about it, the more I like it. Nice work, LEGO. Nice work. There's also lots of good sturdy connections on the leg design, which really helps with posability and stability. And then of course you can attach Firo onto the back with the help of this axle that's sticking out of his bum. And that then attaches onto this black pin that we see here, and he's locked on. And the tail's got some nice posability too, side by side, and the amount that you would expect it to have so it can curve and pose. It's great. Yeah, Firo and Skirmix, it's a brilliant set. Such a unique and fun idea that feels wonderfully original for Bionicle. Now let's take a look at the pieces that come in this set and see how we could use them in our own creations. And afterwards, we'll check out a few wonderful reimaginings and revamps of this set. So the set comes with 3 of these silver blade pieces. I only photographed 2 of them, but there is 3, my bad. Sho Tenda has a revamp of Huki that uses these blade pieces for this nice shoulder design. It's of course mimicking the original spiky shoulder design that Huki Mari had, but this design is a little bit more like modest and a bit more compact and well armored. That's a great use of these pieces. Firo's Skrull mask has always been super pretty, and C Music has built a mock called Turaga Blackbeard. What a great idea to flip this mask upside down and use it like a helmet that's got a big old long beard. That's just fun, isn't it? And you know, if we take a look at this mask from above, you can see so many wonderful patterns and designs here. Why hide all of that? It's beautiful. Put that stuff on display loud and proud, just like this mock does. You do also get this one lone Skrull sword piece with the lime finish inside it. Cameron has a mock called Prophet Alpha, and it has this blade at the top of its staff. Yeah, the snazzy pattern of this lime area here. It feels so exotic and perfect for some kind of like alien religious monk. And also just that nice pop of lime, it shines so much on a character like this that has a primarily black color scheme. Such a lovely inclusion that really does make this character pop. You do also get this cool dark red spike element, and Ted Anders uses it here very nicely on his spaceship. The sharp lines of these spikes, it makes this spaceship look like it's moving fast and it's got a nice dynamic feel to it. It's a great addition. But we can see that this mock is also using the same headpiece and the nice claw element that also comes on this set. Isn't that fun? You just buy 2 of this set and you use all of the pieces together to build an awesome spaceship like this. It's great. And these exact same pieces are also used here on another mock by Ted Anders, but this one is called the Parasite. Look at how versatile these pieces are. Very similar designs and similar ways of using these parts, but you do get a very different aesthetic. Now, I especially love the use of this specific claw piece here at the very front so that it looks like it's got little pincers. Honestly, I feel like you could just rip off this dark red area here and translate that onto some kind of like crab mock. It's a really solid pincer design. The dark red headpiece is great and there's a few uses for it that you could do. Tuaku Mox has a Motonui revamp that uses them for some nice bulky shoulder pads. You could easily do the same thing, but in dark red. We also see 2 silver ones being used here for this nice bulky weapon design. There's no reason you couldn't just change this up and make it dark red and add some flames to it and suddenly you've got a cool flaming weapon. Something to think about. Or why not do what Eero Okononen has done here on his mock, Harvest Merchants. We're keeping with the animal vibes and we're using it for both a jaw and a head. And when it's partnered with this big bulky belly and body, it's really pretty cute. And how good does all this cargo look on the back of it here? Piling it on like that and building these 2 cool little characters to go with it. There's so much life to this mock and so much personality. It's just the best. And finally, the set does come with 9 of these dark red hand connector pieces, and you could use them like Liberian Bot has done here for these different Lematorin. You know, why not change the green color scheme, but instead make it dark red and build some Tarmatorin? But be warned, these hand connectors are the old type of hand connectors and they're very prone to breaking. And to top it off, they're also old dark red, which is also prone to snapping and breaking. So if you are using these, be careful. I already had some dark red pieces break on me while I was doing this review. Anything can happen, be cautious. Okay, so that's the parts that come in this set, but what about revamping this set? Well, the first revamp we have today is a funny little build by Inspiration 2 Creation, and they depicted young Firo and baby Skirmix. This is adorable. Look at Firo with his cute little baseball hat and this other photo where he's got a little teddy bear. And heck, he's even got a dumb little sword. So cute. And then baby Skirmix, the smaller proportions, the big googly mixel eyes. Hilarious. Yeah, this is a concept I've not really seen done before, building like a baby version of a Bionicle character. But what a brilliant idea, and what a brilliant way of executing that idea as well. Maybe you could do the same. We also have an older build here by Daniel Brickson. This is Firo and Skirmix, but it's very CCBS heavy. And from the looks of it, the weapons and the mask, that appears to be the only original pieces that came in the set. Everything else is totally different and totally new. I love that. You know, if you want to build a set but you don't really have any money to buy that set, why not just build it but with other pieces? You know, this CCBS heavy design looks fantastic and it still captures the rough look of the set. So use your own parts and build the set in your own unique way. It's a fun little challenge. And finally, we have a sick revamp of this set by Radar. It's a great idea to change Firo's mask to Atticus's mask, and also add some red to the color scheme. It works way better than I thought it would have. And hey, this version of Firo is another very CCBS heavy version. It just works, it's good. Now Skirmix. The neck design is awesome, repeating those Star Wars Ultra Build shoulder pads in dark red, spamming them all over the body as well. It's great. If you want these pieces in dark red, they actually specifically appear in this Marvel Hulkbuster set. They're on the shoulders there of that Hulkbuster mech. They're a little obscured in this image, but they are there. But yeah, the neck design here, combine that with that rib cage design, it's beyond cool. And I really like this smaller eye design, using a yellow claw piece instead of the Bohrok eye that we saw before on the original set. There's something far more threatening about that. Yeah, this revamp is wonderful. It advances everything forward in all the right ways. It's great to see Radar add his own personal touches to this. So there you go. That's how you can revamp the set and how you can use the pieces that come in this set in your own creations. Now be sure to check the links in the description. I'll have links to all the builders that I featured today. Please check out some of their other stuff. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Happy building, and bye for now.